the fuck is going on, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Just Another Masshole Podcast. I am Kyle Raymond, just another masshole, and how the fuck are you doing? Another week has gone by, and it seems that they're trying to scare everybody that we are falling into another hole of hell.
Yay!
Yeah. Can we just have a fucking meteorite? Can't we just go out like the dinosaurs? Why is it going to be so fucking slow and painful? Yeah, total bullshit. It's just all over the country. They said the news is like shitting on Florida. It's like they're the most highest amount of cases. The hospitals are overloaded, and I talked to my buddy up in Providence, dude, and he's like, yeah, it's mandatory to wear a mask anywhere. I don't know if that's going to be lifted by the time you come up here. They're still suggesting anybody coming from Florida is required to self-quarantine for 2 weeks if you go up to Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New York, because Florida has the highest peak. So they're like, really, you fly in from there, they fucking force you into quarantine. Yeah. It's fucking crazy, dude. It's so crazy. And I told you, the numbers are nowhere near what they say they are. You go and look up. I was saying South Carolina, and 5 million people, and they tested 100 and something thousand, and of that, like 3,000 tested positive, and of that, like 600 and something have died, and it's like that's really fucking low.
Yeah, it is.
That's really for the entire state. 600 deaths. Well, 600 unnecessary deaths. Really?
Is any death necessary?
Yeah, is any death necessary? It's like, yeah. That's the thing, too. People want to, like, save everybody, which is why we're over-fucking populated. We live longer, we have better health care, and they think that any number is unacceptable. And it's like, well, if you're a sociopath or a politician, low numbers. Military, acceptable losses. Yeah, it sounds sad, but it's like, no. People are like, we killed 1 million people in Iraq because 3,000 people died in one day. And when people are like, the conspiracy government was involved, what do you think your government would kill that many of it? That's a lot of their own people. No, it's not. There's 400 million of us. 300,000 is acceptable to get an entire country to start sucking the fucking president's dick. And waving fucking flags like we're all unified because we want to fucking kill Osama bin Laden.
Yeah.
That is an acceptable number. No. When you're looking at it objectively and not emotionally, that's how people look at it.
Mm-hmm.
Those people who are making military decisions, they know people are going to die.
Yeah.
What's the lowest number we can have?
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, it's bullshit. You're fucking cranking shit up, and I tell you, Cape Coral, in the group online, they said, some lady who's like, I just called Cape Coral Hospital worried about everything, and asked how many cases of COVID-19 they had, and they said, we're not allowed to tell you exact numbers because of the Hippocratic Oath. You can't tell people everything, I guess. You don't have the right. You need to get a what the hell's it called? Is it a HIPAA? No. There's a form I had to fill one out before because it's like you're not allowed. Like my mom gets sick, the doctor doesn't have to tell me anything unless my mom tells them, and then I get a paper and I sign it, which means I am privy to her medical record. Tell me what the fuck's going on. You know what I mean? So there are forms for that, so they won't tell you. But the nurse said, but I can tell you we don't have very many at all, that we've lifted all the tents from outside and the triage we were prepared for in case, and no visitations have been lifted for COVID patients. So it's like you can have a visitation where, everybody has to wear a mask,
mm-hmm.
maybe you're in between the door and stuff, but you can still go see people now, like go into the ward. So it's like, yeah, they're even lifting it. But on the news, they're like, Florida has no room in their hospitals. Everybody's fucking dying. And it's like, dude, Bill Hicks. Put the clip, Bill Hicks. You know what I'm saying? It's war, murder, death, rape, murder, war, death. And he opens the window. Tweet, 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 War, murder, death, war, murder, death. And you look out your door. What the fuck you're talking about, man? It's and again, friends of ours, we were saying Johnny C is going to be on the news. He tested positive, and even he said, he was really sick for like 2 days. So he went to the doctor and tested positive, and they're putting him in Miami. He got transported to somewhere else, but he says he's all right. It was like a couple of days that it was really fucking bad.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like he's not the picture of health, but he's not dying either. So he's a normal fucking person, a good fucking just average person. And he was like, it sucked. It's like the flu.
Yeah,
it sucked. I'm not gonna say it was great.
He's young.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
It's like he's an average person. It's not like a fucking health nut.
Yeah.
But he's also not a fucking degenerate. Or elderly, And so it's like he was saying, it's way blown out of proportion.
Mm-hmm.
I've been sporadically watching Bill Maher. I still like Bill Maher, but without the audience and, the interviews are a little, but it's still, what do you call it? His closing monologue that he does, he said, millennials have nothing. Everybody had a war, or, so this is your chance to shine. You're young, you're healthy. If you're not married, you don't have kids, and you got expendable income, go to the beaches, go to the bars, go to your local pubs, and support those people because they need your help now, and you're the only ones who can do it. Other people who are elderly can't go out, but you can, and you could help keep the economy afloat because people don't think about, all those businesses, and those businesses are gone. People aren't paying taxes, which pays for everything. So all those elderly people who get healthcare through Medicaid and shit, that money's going to dwindle eventually. It's like you need to keep this shit going because it could become a big problem. And people are like, wow, can you believe Bill Maher just told all those people to go out, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, you may get sick, quarantine yourself, you're not going to die because you're young and healthy.
Yeah.
That's exactly, it's like, yeah, he's right. He's right.
I've seen, at work, too, I probably have said this before, less and less people, customers are wearing masks.
Yeah, it's because it's eventual, I was talking about it with my mom, and I was saying, unless everybody's wearing a mask, it's fucking pointless. You can't have, a majority, a lot of people. It doesn't work. Because it's like quarantine came from the Black Plague, and if you coughed and were sick and you had some fucking little boils, and they're like, they just push you in a room with all the fucking dying people. And you were quarantined until you either got better or you fucking died. They didn't can I go get, some Pizza Hut real quick? Can I go grab Burger King? No, you didn't get out.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean. It's like, we're not doing that. You can't do that. And you're, whatever. Yeah, my point, right? It's never going to work. You can't do that. All right? Fucking having, that's the other thing in Providence he told me is 9 o'clock curfew. There's nobody out on the streets after 9 p.m. Fucking police on horseback and shit roaming the streets telling you to get the fuck off the street. Yeah. Oh, that's great. So the whole city is a prison, 9 p.m. You have to go inside. So I don't know. I can't. I said, if it is still like that and I have to go up there, my mom is flying up there and I'm going to drive her car up there and fly back. So she's leaving on, 20th or something, and my flight back is the 29th. So it's like, I'll spend a week. Now, as this shit's going on, I'll probably drive there on the fucking Sunday, stay for a day or two and say hi to everybody and then fucking fly the fuck out. I'm not staying under those conditions. Why do I want to be here if I have to fucking stay in my goddamn hotel room all the fucking time? That's pointless. And I'll be driving around in a car with Florida tags. So, that's not going to be fucking good either.
No.
So it's like, yeah, I'm not fucking staying here. No way. Fuck that.
Fuck.
If it is still like that, which the way it's fucking looking. Oh, we're having another peak, everybody. Go back in the houses, and it's like, oh. so we can just drag this on longer.
Yeah.
We're just gonna do this forever, so everybody gets it. Why don't you just let everybody get it?
I'd say just turn off the news and just live your life.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing, and I've been pretty okay. And then you get on Facebook, and everybody's fucking freaking the fuck out on both sides because it's like, oh, our friends fucking snapping on people because they're racist, and the other side, they're like, if you're not wearing a mask, and I see you out. If you're on my friends list and I see you in public and you're not wearing a mask, I'm unfriending you because I don't want to see you cry like a bitch when you get sick. All right, unfucking friend me, dude. I don't know you that well to care, and that is pretty fucking pathetic. And every post anybody puts up, that same guy has commented with some fucking scary negative thing. And the post I put up trying to be positive, like I'm sick of all this shit. You be a human. I don't gonna agree with everything that you think to be a friend or a decent human being.
Yeah.
And it's fucking ridiculous that you're gonna act like that. And he immediately comments with like, well, just because you don't care, none of that stuff goes away, except for COVID when you die. And it's like, dude, everybody like, heart, thank you. You fucking negative, fucking terrified, fucking go fucking lock yourself in your house and fucking masturbate to your heart's content. All right, fuck off. I can't fucking even say something positive without some fucking cunt saying something. It's so ridiculous.
Oh yeah, I think I put up something about when they were putting the black.
You didn't know?
Thing.
Yeah.
I didn't know what it was, and then I got accused of fucking trolling.
No, I woke up and a bunch of my friends changed their profile picture to black, fucking just plain black. What the fuck is that? Well, you don't know? No, obviously I don't know.
I thought my phone service was shit.
Yeah. You told me you were fucking kept swiping trying to like reload it. Like is there something wrong? What the fuck?
It's like
he kept trying to fucking reload it.
It's like don't tell me you're gonna do that shit.
Explain it to me, right?
But then, finally, I think one of our friends finally put up a thing, and what it was, I kind of figured it was because of the what's his face. Floyd,
yeah.
But like I didn't know. Like,
what's the association? Where did it come from? How did that start?
And and she put up the thing. I said,
you know who it was? It was December.
Yeah,
I remember.
December
she put up the thing to explaining it, and you're like, oh, okay.
And I said, thank you, December, for actually answering my fucking question and like not accuse me of fucking trolling like other people on here.
Yeah. And the whole thing with what's his name? I'm not gonna use names. I'm not going to fucking use names because I am a fucking reasonable person. You don't go online and just start shitting on people with untrue fucking statements and not letting them fucking respond and defend themselves and then say, well, that's what conservatives do. Oh, so that's how we win. You become a fucking complete piece of shit like them. That's how we're going to solve this. That'll certainly unite us, right? Like if we just keep dividing each other, that'll certainly unite us all.
Yeah.
But do you know what the statement was? How it started? Because I figured it all, I found out. So it was, don't you find it weird that the liberal media and politicians are the ones telling you that COVID is dangerous and not to go out, are the same ones telling you you should go out and join the protests.
Yeah.
Because those protests are going to contain a lot of poor and minority people.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they're using them as guinea pigs to see how bad the virus still is. That's racist. No, that's a conspiracy theory.
Mm-hmm.
You want to use the weakest of your society to test things, and you're acting like the government wouldn't do that. They fucking sprayed fucking tuberculosis or smallpox or some shit on a fucking whole fucking town, and then sent military doctors in when the sickness popped up. Like they were just here to help, but it's like, yeah, they caused it. The Tandusky experiments, I think it was called. There was another one where they fucking gave everybody syphilis. To see what the effects on syphilis were. And it's like, you act like they wouldn't do something like that. Of course they would. Send our weakest of society as the guinea pigs.
Yeah.
And it's that simple. And I'll end with, again, stop watching the fucking news because we're fine. it's that constant pushing your button, fucking pushing your button and pushing your button, and you don't know. Oh, it's okay. Oh, it's dangerous. Oh, fucking murder hornets. Oh, fucking race riots. Fucking COVID. I need to. And that's a tactic they use in torture and military training. So you react. They don't want you thinking. You react.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a fucking easy technique. You keep somebody on edge, like putting a dog in the corner. They only know fight or flight and reaction. They no longer think.
Yep.
It's a very basic fucking thing. And with power of television, you don't need everybody. You know, you need fucking 20%, if that, you know, and enough of those people panicking. And you get, you know, and other people who don't watch the news, who trust their friends, they're panicking. Now you got half the fucking population panicking and no longer thinking rationally and only reacting emotionally.
Yeah.
All the time to everything.
A little bit I watch news. I always like everybody like sees it one way and I'll see it the other. Like I remember there was like a story. Some lady, she was like going somewhere with her kids, and then she just fucking drove into the ocean, got out of the vehicle.
That was in Rhode Island, dude. I lived there. Yeah, I was up there.
And then fucking walked away, and everybody's like, "Oh, that lady's a psycho," and I was like, "No. I want to know what the fuck them kids were doing."
Yeah. What happened?
Yeah, what were they? You know, they were fucking with her, and she's like, "Fuck it." You know what?
I do remember that though. She fucking, and it wasn't like, yeah. Oh, she's trying to kill him or something. If it was, she would have drove right in. She kind of like weaved and like got deeper and deeper. Like, what did she nod off?
Stay in the car. I don't fucking.
And then she just gets out and leaves the kids behind. It's like women and children first. Well, I'm a woman. Fuck the kids.
Yeah, I'm always like.
I do remember that story though.
Yeah, and then all the teachers and shit like kicking the shit out of kids, and they're that guy's a dick. I'm like, no, that fucking kid did something. Like,
yeah, sometimes it's you're like watching it going, yeah, well, how much are you supposed to take? At some point, it's like your parents aren't gonna slap you. I'll fucking slap you.
It's like they got to deal with kids all day, and then one kid does something
over and over and over, and then at one time, who was it that we just had? Dave Landau at the Dicks.
Yeah,
and the fucking teacher went crazy. All right, who is the penis master? Who is doing this? So that's all it takes, though. Yeah, drives you insane, and you know they got to deal with not just their kids at home, but all your kids all day, 5 days a week. So, and they're not allowed to hit them.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? But yeah, stop watching the news, everybody. You know, check in every now and again. The most trusted thing I'd say you could probably do is a local newspaper. If you really want to know, once a week, maybe Sunday, because that'd be the best one. Get the Sunday newspaper from whatever local newspaper you have. Get a printed copy, not online. Get a printed copy. Those people are the most honest, whereas all that national shit, they're all fucking paid with that. The local writers are your local community, and they have no incentive to bullshit or, you know, they're going to say how they want to say it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's your best option. I'm not saying it's 100% flawless, but if you know, I'm not saying ignore everything, pay attention, but you can't watch that shit all the time. It's making everybody crazy.
Yeah.
It's making everybody fucking crazy. Just look at your Facebook and Twitter feeds and fuck, man. Can't we all just get along?
I don't know.
Can't think of a better fucking time for that statement.
Yeah.
And that was Rodney King after the first time we had that video recorded of them fucking beating a fucking black man. Like, it was nothing. It was like, he was on PCP. Dude, you fucking guys were tuning him the fuck up. And that guy was still nice enough to say, can't we all just get along?
Yeah.
Just fucking rioting and burning the town down. Once again, can't we all just get along? All right, everybody. Masshole news, fuckers. All right, everybody. Time for some Masshole news. You know, we took a week off because we had Hamilton, and last week, you know, I had a couple of news stories that I did not use that I'm going to have this week because this isn't the real fucking news, and we just like laughing. But it's a Florida man. I'm sorry. See, I gotta find a better way to do these articles. But what are you gonna do? Fuck it. Florida man lets a 12-year-old drive his Jeep 85 miles an hour. What? A Florida man is facing felony charges after he let a 12-year-old girl drive his SUV and told her to speed because he wanted to be the cool father, even though he is not her dad. Now, I'm going to jump ahead here because I read through this entire story already, and it never tells you why, if he's not her dad, why is he hanging out with this 12-year-old girl and letting her drive? Like, is there uncle? What is the connection here? Because they probably would have said uncle or stepfather or mother's boyfriend. They just said he wanted to be the cool dad, even though he is not her father. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's like, wait a minute. Did he kidnap that girl? He said that the girl asked him earlier in the day if she could drive his Jeep, so he thought it would be cool. Quote, it would be cool, and that he was trying to be the, quote, cool father. He also told officers that he had been drinking. So he let somebody sober drive. He was being responsible. What do you think it's worth? Intoxicated me or this 12-year-old? I don't know. It's a coin flip, I guess. What is a lesser charge? I don't know, because I'll tell you the charge in a second. So, he was spotted. The police spotted the Jeep making a legal U-turn and then speed away at about 12:10 a.m. So it was after midnight, a little after midnight on Monday. He followed the Jeep and it reached speeds of 85 miles an hour in a 45 mile an hour zone before he was able to pull it over. He said when he asked the 12-year-old why she was driving so fast, she said that Michelson told her to. He's charged with child neglect and allowing an unauthorized person to drive and causing a minor to become a delinquent for buying the girl's vape pens. Girls, plural. So wait, there was more than one girl in the car? Dude, what the fuck? There is a way deeper fucking fucked up thing going on there. There is a way darker story there. If he's not the dad, who is he, and why is he hanging out with these 12-year-old girls and letting one drive, buying them vape pens? But he's being held without bond in Palm Beach County. Oh, dude, that is wicked. I didn't get more of the story, but I'm going to say again, what was he doing? And there was more than one 12-year-old girl? Jesus. All right, next story. Florida man calls probation officer office and threatens to blow up the office after missing appointment. A Florida man is behind bars after he called the probation officer threatening to blow up the probation office on Wednesday. He received a call on Wednesday. He received a call from a restricted number, and a male voice stated that at 8 o'clock he was going to blow up the probation's office. Did they type that because that's the way he said it? So they made at 8 o'clock he was going to blow up the probation's office, plural, probation S. Okay. He repeated the statement to the officer twice and then hung up. At that point, the probation officer who received the call notified his supervisor, and the building was evacuated. And the FBI Joint Terrorism Task Force was called in to investigate. K-9 did a sweep, traced the restricted number that placed the call back to the registered phone of one Christian 38. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so, I mean, he admitted to making the bomb threats, but because he did not want to go to his appointment and have his probation violated. So he called the probation office and tried to put a death threat by, like, star 69ing his phone, which they still could trace to his phone because he wanted the probation office to close because he couldn't make it to his appointment, and he would have, whatever the word is, God damn it, he would have violated his probation. So his alternative was to calling a bomb threat on a government building. That's Florida man for you. Florida man is not the smartest person. And, again, not thinking rationally. Next news story. Florida woman. Oh, not Florida man, everybody. Florida woman. Florida woman charged with manslaughter claims a victim fell on knife. Now, this story is from last week, and I did not go into it because I wanted to discuss it for a minute. But the woman, man, it's according to the Marion County office. Deputies respond to the home, and dude, fuck these names. McCanopy area on Friday night in reference to a patient in the cardiac arrest. They say they found the victim dead in the home along with several small children. Deputies say Patterson initially said that he stumbled out of a room and collapsed, but did not mention any injuries. But however, when the deputies found injury on his chest, she reportedly claimed that one of the children was holding a knife and Collins fell on it. She later claimed that early in the night she was approached by a 2-year-old child that was holding a steak knife, and she took the steak knife from the child. The sheriff's office wrote in the press release, Patterson claimed she held the knife in her right hand while scrolling on her phone with the left, and even though she admitted to being a right-handed person. Investigators say that Patterson told them that while she was holding the knife, Collins entered the room and began wrestling with her. And she told detectives she pushed Collins off with her left hand, causing the victim to fall on the knife she was holding in her right hand. Patterson changed her statement multiple times regarding where she was holding the knife and is currently being held in Marion County Jail. Now, the reason I wanted to discuss this story is this is why you don't talk to the police, because she can't get her story straight because it's a panic. I maybe, it doesn't, one stab, so she didn't fucking violently stab this person repeatedly like a murder or anything. It was one wound, it looks like, so maybe he did fall on it. She got all the kids around, and the kid was holding, a little kid's got a fucking knife, and she's like, give me that knife! And the guy comes out, and he's like, stop making all that noise, and grabs her, and she's got the knife and pushed him, and he fell, and she's holding the other knife in her hand, so, I mean, maybe that's what happened, but that's why you don't talk to the police, because they got you, and they push you, and you fuck up your story, and then they're going to use all that shit against you, hence why you have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can and will be used against you. It doesn't say anything you say can be used. It will be. It can and will be, not can or will be. Can and. So it means it will be used against you. They will fucking manipulate anything that you say. So you don't say anything. He fell on the knife, officer. He fell on the knife. That's all you say. He fell on the knife. You were holding it. I want to talk to my lawyer. So you can talk to your lawyer, and time goes by, and everything's you're not in a fucking panic mode because you just fucking there's a stab dude in your house, and they get you to get your story straight. This is what happened. Now I think I was scrolling my left hand. Why are you right-handed? Blah blah blah. Then they can fuck with it. But you get the lawyer, you talk with him, you tell him, and he tells you exactly how and what to say, so your story is exactly linear, straight, no question. This is what fucking happened. That's why you don't talk. So this lady completely screwed up because she was probably in a panic and basically gave 3, maybe 4 different kind of stories, similar but a little different. The kid had the knife. Well, why didn't you say that before? It's like, because I'm fucking panicking, maybe. You know what I mean? So don't talk to the police when they ask you questions like that, because they're just looking to fuck you. So I always say, it's the easiest way to explain it is when a cop pulls you over and says, do you know how fast you were going? If you say, well, I was doing about 75 and a 70, you just admitted to going 5 miles over the speed limit. So he does not need radar or any fucking evidence because you've already admitted to a crime. He can write you the ticket for 5 miles over. You go to court. You admitted to it. They will not fucking... You're paying that. See what I'm saying? That's why they ask you that question. They know what they radared you at, and they know you know. But if you say that shit on audio, video, and they got you saying it, you fucking admitted to a crime. So, don't answer questions. Ever. 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 Never answer questions. Okay, sorry. That's why I left it out last week, though, because I knew I was like, I'm going to have to talk about that one because maybe it was an accident, and they're probably going to fucking bury that lady. Probably. All right. Some more craziness. Florida man carrying nearly 500 grams of weed tries to steal plane and meet girlfriend. So let's do some fucking math here, because obviously they're too fucking retarded. 16 grams or 28 grams in an ounce. So let's just easy number, say 25. So that's 20 ounces, a little less. So you had a little more than a pound. You could have just said a pound. Nobody, unless you're buying a gram, no, 500 grams. So a quarter of what? Was that a half kilo? So many better ways you could have fucking said that. It sounds so stupid. But Florida man carrying nearly 500 grams of weed tries to steal a plane to meet girlfriend. Listen how fucking dumb this is. New Smyrna. See, what the fuck, Florida? S-M-Y-R-A-N. Smyrna? Smyrna Beach, Florida. The Florida man is behind bars after he attempted to steal an airplane from the municipal airport so he could fly to California to meet his girlfriend while carrying 500 grams of weed. Do you know how many times in a small plane that comes out of a municipal airport you'd have to stop and get fucking fuel? I mean, literally you would have to stop at least 4 times, I'd say. So, you know, you don't have a pilot's license, you stole the plane, and you're going to have to land at other airports to get fuel, and you're carrying weed, and you act like those airports aren't going to stop and look at you because you stole a fucking plane. I mean, sure, stealing a car may be hard to find, but planes, they're not that many, and there's only so many places you can stop and refuel. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get fucking caught. What the fuck? Victim told officers that a man unknown to him jumped into the back of his truck and offered him $1,000 for a ride. The man then got out of the truck but left a grinder, scale, and cell phone behind. Ugh. At the time, the victim flagged down officers, described the incident. Another officer at the airport was notified by a flight instructor that a man with a blue bag was spotted crouching on the wing of a plane station on a portion of tarmac that was in access to the public. Fucking blah 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 blah. The man, identified as 22-year-old, I don't care about his name. He was secured in the back of the patrol car. Returned to the plane and took his duffel bag into evidence, where they found his ID, sunglasses, headphones, cigarillos, 2 lighters, a pocket knife, and a laptop. A glass pipe was also found and tested positive for methamphetamine. Well, that makes sense, because he's like jumping into strangers' cars. I'll give you $1,000 and drive me to California. Or trying to steal a fucking airplane like he even knows how to fucking fly. The defendant stated that he purchased the aircraft for $20,000 cash recently, and he was going to fly to California to meet his girlfriend. Oh, dude. While he was being processed, he told officers there's a manager for a medical marijuana dispensary and that he was transporting the marijuana to California. Yeah, he was illegally trespassing on the airport, possession of paraphernalia, trespassing in the area of an airport, possession of cannabis, leaving the scene of a crash involving damage. So he's got all kinds of shit. Obviously, yeah, he's tweaking and just stupid. But yeah, he tried to steal a fucking airplane from a small airport to go to California to bring a half a kilo of weed. I don't know. It's like when they try to tell me that Mexicans are smuggling weed into America at the southern border. Why? California has the best weed on the planet. Who's buying fucking swag weed from fucking Mexico? You have legal weed there. It's not expensive. The hassle of smuggling weed, that doesn't exist. And if it is, it shouldn't be that big a deal. It's fucking garbage anyway. Yeah, fucking idiot. Ugh. All right. Whew. Another drug story. Last one, everybody. Florida man arrested after sweep finds 7 types of illicit drugs. Melbourne, Florida, which is pretty close to us. A Florida man is behind bars after police say he was in possession of 7 types of illicit drugs. Now, I was trying to list them before I read this. So I was like, okay, so weed, cocaine, crack, because it is listed differently. So weed, cocaine, crack, MDMA, heroin of some kind, methamphetamine, and I got stuck. So I couldn't think of another one. I'm like, what the fuck else did he have? So officers responded to target the sales of heroin, fentanyl, and cocaine. When officers arrived at the home, they found and seized 48 grams of MDMA. Yeah, dude, that guy had enough fucking MDMA to have a raging orgy of like 50 people. 10 grams of methamphetamine, 6 grams of cocaine powder, and 1 gram of crack rock, 10 grams of cannabis, and 17 oxycodone pills, and $2,191 in cash. Could have just said $1,200, dude. I mean, $2,200. But yeah, I said, besides the MDMA, that all seems like personal use. 10 grams of meth. I mean, that's a pretty decent amount of meth, but it's not a lot if you think about it. Like, I don't know much about sale of meth. You're not one of those people, but I'm pretty sure you buy it in teenths. They say, because, fucking Breaking Bad, if you get a teenth, which is, you get an eighth of weed, that's 3.5 grams. So a teenth is half of that. So that's 1.75 grams. You know what I mean? Of meth. So he had, let's say, 5 or 6 teenths on him. So, I mean, it is kind of sale. But, I mean, if you're a meth head, that's probably enough for you for a couple of days without sleep. But, yeah, he was like he was a fucking, what's his name? Hunter S. Thompson, dude. He just had, like, a little bit of everything. So he was charges of trafficking fentanyl and MDMA and possessions of cocaine with intent to sell and possessions of oxycodone. So see, then they knew they couldn't charge him with like sale on everything, only of the really high amounts of illicit drugs. Everything else is pretty much personal use. But yeah, how crazy is that? This fucking guy had a little bit of everything. It's a little bit of everything. He's got a smorgasbord of drugs. So what's your fucking choice, man? What's your pleasure? I got some whiskey in the kitchen too, if that's your thing. It's a lot of drugs. But that's it from Asshole News, fuckfaces. Isn't that so much better than regular news? It's way more entertaining, and I'm not telling you should be terrified and hate everybody who thinks differently than you. And that's why you should enjoy Masshole News. So yeah, that's it for the fucking episode this week, and we're gonna end up back to not being able to plug anything because we were just informed after the 1 jam night or 2 jam nights. No, 1, right? This would have been the second. 1 fucking Thursday of Howl jam night, and numbers are going back up, and they're a tattoo shop, so it's a little risky for them. So all events are canceled until further notice. So now there will be no comedy open mic Tuesday, which is probably when this episode is coming out. So yeah, there's nothing, man, going on. It sucks. Yeah, what the fuck? So like I said, I'm gonna start fucking doing private comedy shows in my living room, fucking charging $10 a head, and you can drink bottom shelf vodka.
There you
go. But yeah, Laughing is still doing their thing. I mean, they're a little more lenient, but they also, if shit gets bad enough, they will have to, close down because it's not worth them being open. But Dean Napolitano is going to be there this coming weekend.
Oh, nice.
He's fucking great. He was just up at Visani's recently, wasn't he?
I think so.
Yeah, because it was Nathan who was working with him.
Yep.
So he's obviously down here, and he's coming to the Laugh-In now, everybody. So if you aren't terrified and you want to come out and have a laugh live, come down to the Laugh-In instead of sitting in your house, because they still haven't added anything new to Netflix. There are no new movies to be bootlegged because nothing is in theaters.
Yeah.
So I can't even fucking steal a movie because they're not even putting them out. So yeah, there's fucking nothing, man. There's nothing to fucking discuss. If you haven't watched the season 4 of F is for Family on Netflix, fucking. Other than that, I got nothing, man. It fucking sucks a big fat dick.
Yeah.
Sucks a big fat dick.
Very much so.
I don't know, Dom. But we could do this.
Yeah.
This is at least somewhat enjoyable. And thank you to all you fucks who watch this, all you massholes. Share with your friends if you want. Help us spread the fucking word that we're over here still doing shit because we can. I think that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it. Don't forget to go fuck yourselves, everybody.